Welcome back, Proppers. This week we'll be starting our iconic cult movies and television characters. Today we'll be creating the hybrid Kangaroo men from the movie Tank Girls. We'll be starting off with the full-size mask from my trusty skull template. After marking out a rough draft of the facial features and the overlay, the markings are transferred onto a piece of tracing paper. The tracing paper images are transferred onto a piece of cardstock and then cut out to create our permanent template. The first pieces will be the cheeks and side of the face, which will be cut out in duplicate and then layered together with contact cement to create the unique full features of the face. All of the facial features will be cut out of 10mm EVA foam. To prevent waste of my beautiful HD foam, the template pieces are carefully marked and cut out. 4 pieces, consisting of 2 large template pieces and 2 small template pieces, will go on each side of the face. The edges of all the template pieces are smoothed and rounded over with my drummer rotary tool. To create a puffy appearance, the pieces are attached to the face with contact cement while being compressed by hand in a cup position. The center portion of the face is transferred onto a piece of tracing paper and cut out of 10mm EVA foam. This section is also cut out twice and layered together with contact cement. A third layer, consisting of the top of the centerpiece, is cut out of 10mm EVA foam and attached with contact cement. The details of the snout are then marked out and formed with the drummer rotary tool. After the centerpiece is formed and shaped, it's attached into place with contact cement. The chin section is purposely oversized so I could cut it down later in direct proportion to the face. The nose is further detailed, cut out with my X-Acto knife, and then smoothed out with the drummer rotary tool. I used the USB soldering iron to create some of the finer details. Split foam dowels are used to create the lips. The foam dowels are attached to the lips using contact cement and then refined into shape with the X-Acto knife. The Dremel rotary tool is used to refine the shaping of the snout. Some of the finer detailing is refined with my USB soldering iron. Tracing paper is used to create a temporary template for the forehead overlay. The template is transferred onto and cut out of a piece of 10mm EVA foam. The forehead overlay is rounded off and smoothed out with the Dremel rotary tool. Darts are cut out to create curvature, then attached to the project with contact cement. The oversized chin is sealed for now with foam clay. It'll be cut down later. The rear sections of cheeking for both sides of the face are layered together, then attached with contact cement. A template is created for the eyelids and cut out of 4mm EVA foam. The eyelids are rounded over with the Dremel rotary tool and attached to the face with contact cement. A hole punch is used to create the eyeballs and pupil out of 2mm EVA foam. Foam clay is used to fill in and reform the snout. The final formation of all of the facial features are now done with foam clay. With all the preliminaries done on the face, I can get started on making the ears out of 4mm EVA foam. I'll be cutting out the shape and size of the ears on the fly, because I have to actually visualize exactly how it's going to bend and fold. After heat forming and hand shaping the first ear, it was fortunate that it all worked out well. So all I had to do was create a mirror image of this one for the other ear. Before venturing any further, I decided to make the neck stand so it'll be easier to work on. Just as I've done in a couple of my other projects, the neck stand will be created by attaching a piece of 6mm EVA foam to a rolled up cardboard tube. But before that, we'll actually have to make the neck that'll attach to the stand. It will also be made from 6mm EVA foam. The neck piece will first be attached to the face with contact cement. Strips of 6mm foam will also be used to lock in the curvature to the neck. Time to break out a fresh roll of my HD foam by SKS Props Stephen K. I'll be using this fresh new 2mm EVA foam to create the headscarf. After cutting the 2mm EVA foam down to size and centering it on the head, the front edge is folded over and sealed with contact cement for a smooth transition. The position of the scarf is marked out on the head. Then a line is marked out on the scarf for the glue position. 1 inch space is so we can insert and secure his dreadlocks. The rest of the scarf is then heated, formed, and secured to the head with contact cement. With the scarf completed, it was time to get started on the neck stand. For the neck stand, I'll be using a rolled up piece of cardboard sealed with spray adhesive. After cutting the cardboard tubing down to size, it's skinned with 4mm EVA foam. I'll be using contact cement for the seam and spray adhesive for the remaining area. The open-end corrugations of the cardboard is sealed with wood filler. Small strips of 4mm EVA foam are used to lock in the curvature at the intersection of the ear. The position of the ears are marked out on the scarf, and a small opening is cut out to attach them. The 2mm foam is heated and flared for a smoother transition, and then the ears are locked into position with contact cement. The tubular stand is attached to a wood base with glue. The project is given one coat of white plasti dip and one coat of high-performance white spray paint, and then the chin is cut down to proportionate size to the face. A coat of gloss almond spray paint is also applied before the final hand painting. I'll be using Liquitex Heavy Body Blue for the base of the scarf. The first color applied to the face will be Liquitex Raw Sienna. The first coat will be a wash to get better adhesion onto the glossy surface. After the second coat is dried, I use my dry mop brush to even out the tone. The same procedure is used on the ears. Some Liquitex Red Oxide is applied to the face and allowed to dry, while I refine some of the finer details with my USB soldering iron. An acrylic burnt umber will be used inside all of the crevices and shadow lines. It will also be applied along the entire nose section of the snout. All of the dark contrasting colors will be lightened and smoothed out with a wet mop brush. The iris and pupils will be painted with a combination of raw sienna and burnt umber. Liquitex titanium white will be used for the eyeballs. We're going back to the burnt umber for the eyebrows. Some muted red for the inside of the lips and off-white for the teeth. After some more dry brushing to even out the skin tone, I used my homemade stencil and titanium white to create the design on the scarf. For the final touches, I'll insert the faux dreads underneath the 1-inch gap that we left in the front of the scarf. The dreads are locked and secured into place with hot glue. The faux dreads came with these colorful tin adornments, so what the hell? Let's put them in. And this marks the end of this project. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, press that like button, and press the bell notification so you'll be notified when each new video is uploaded. Next week's video will be one of my favorite iconic television characters. So stay tuned, proppers.